All right, so I want to show you guys something. Some of you may be like, that's cool. And some of you may be like, well, duh, I already knew that. And then even still, some people might be like, don't insult my intelligence, right? So there's a difference between straw and hay. And oftentimes people don't know the difference. They'll call straw hay and hay straw, and it's not the same. So if we look, I got all this hay and straw. Now, which ones do you think is hay and which ones do you think are straw? If you guessed straw, you're right. If you guessed hay, you're right. And let me explain the difference and how it pertains to my birds. So on the left here, we have straw. And on the right, we have hay. Now this is old hay. It ain't really good for a whole lot besides nesting material at this point. It's no longer green. It's kind of brown, and there's some mold growing in it, so you really don't want to feed it to any animals. But this hay is, this hay, words here. See, look at that. See, I'm an idiot too. This straw is beautiful golden, right? So straw comes from wheat and barley here in the U.S. And you can see it's kind of a hollow type of grassy, not really grassy, but kind of grassy, right? It's more like a hollow straw. This isn't really that great for feeding animals. It's real, the animals do eat it. It's real low in nutrients and stuff like that. It's not really good for, feeding anything. This is more of a bedding material. You put it down on the ground to kind of, keep the dookie separated, give it some air. The fact that it's kind of brittle, brittle here and breakable and stuff like that, and it has these little knots in it here. It keeps air in the straw itself, and that helps to aerate the manure. So mixing this with manure helps to keep, it aerobic, not anaerobic. So when manure is anaerobic, it doesn't break down. It stays dookie. You still, a year later, you still have a big pile of dookie, not compost. What you want is that air in there to keep the microbes alive. This will be a carbon source in compost. Leaves, straw, stuff like that. Straw is good for adding air. Straw is good for bedding. Straw is good for making sure that dookie breaks down. That's what straw is good for. Hay, on the other hand, is what you feed cattle and what you feed goats. It's good for actual feed. This is actually a grass. So this is alfalfa or orchard grass or Timothy grass. It actually has nutrients in it that ruminants need to eat. Hay is actually a food source. So people will go buy big bales of hay to feed their ruminants. For me, hay isn't a food source either. So hay is more of a nesting source. It's soft. And the benefit of a nice soft hay is that the geese can pull, nice long fibers out and make them into a nice soft nest for their goslings. Same as ducks. So this is a good nest source too, but the geese do not eat it. I know because that's hay. They do not eat hay. They do not eat moldy hay. They do not eat new hay. They do not eat this hay. They eat green. So, straw, hay. This stuff is good for parties and birthdays, and hay rides are actually straw bale rides. Straw is cheap. It's actually kind of a waste product. Once the wheat or the barley come off of it, it's basically garbage. So they bale it up and use it as a bedding. They don't put the good stuff on the hay ride. They put the garbage on the hay ride. the more you know, right? Anyway, so, you know, I'm sorry if I insulted some of your intelligence, but, you know, I keep, I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like the silicon thing, right? Silicone is a rubber. Silicon is a crystal that makes computer chips and boards and stuff like that. So, same thing. Straw and hay. Silicone and silicon, right? Don't interchange them. It's important. One will kill your animal, the other won't. Same thing with silicone and silicon. So, enjoy your day. The more you know.